All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sound Vision Art and Life. My name is Adewale Agboke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about superheroes with rings because I had some time to think. I was like, man, you got a lot of superheroes that have rings. Green Lantern, Captain Planet of the Planeteers, even Sonic, Mandarin, Bionic 6. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're using the ring to transform or you're using the ring as your main power source, but we're going to talk about that today. And I got different superheroes I'm talking about. Before we get going, want to thank our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4capitalconsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4capitalconsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. So, y'all, let's back to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I said today we're going to talk about ring toss, and I'm going to talk about different characters that use rings. First of all, we're going to start with Sinestro. Now, he's a villain, but villains, I've always liked him as a villain. I've always liked him as a character. Sinestro, Green Lantern's arch nemesis. So let's show y'all what he looks like. So what I'm going to do today is, so look, as y'all can see, Green Lantern, Sinestro, you know what I mean? So looking pretty cool right there. You know what I mean? He's got one of the Green Lanterns captured right there. I think Sinestro, aside from the movie, let's forget the movie, but as far as the animated series, whether it was him guest starring on The Batman, I think it was season 5, or Superman series. Sinestro is a cool character. Of course, he used the ring, but he used it more in the evil way, right? So he was part of the Green Lantern Corps. Then it gets the ring. The ring, he mentally corrupts himself, and then the ring transforms him from green power to yellow power. And I think to fear power, he uses fear. So because the yellow is the fear power, so the ring becomes fear power. What I'd love to see is another movie done again, so they can get correct what the atrocity that was the first Green Lantern movie, because that thing was bad. You know what I mean? And hopefully maybe even an animated series where we can actually get to see this character, because he's a cool villain. You know what I mean? So of course he's not human, which makes him even more cooler. But Sinestro uses the ring totally differently from Green Lantern Corps or members from the Green Lantern, whether it's John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Kilowog, Lorna, or Abin Sur. Sinestro don't care. He was part of Green Lantern because like, this idea ain't working for me. I'm going to go do my own thing. And he goes from the willpower, which is the green power, to the fear power, which is the yellow energy. So green energy is willpower, and then yellow energy is fear power. And so Sinestro's like, forget this, I'm going to use this ring. And he's just out doing all kind. His uniform's actually kind of cool too. You know what I mean? But Sinestro, man, like his ring is pretty cool. The way he uses it, fear, he's more manipulative with it. He has no conscience. He does whatever he wants. He's all about just getting what he wants, how he wants, period. That's all that matters to Sinestro. So, Sinestro comes in at number 8. I'm not even numbering these things. I'm just naming heroes, but I'm counting down for y'all. So at number 7, Thing from Fantastic Four. Yeah, for a lot of y'all don't remember, Thing back in the day used to have this cartoon from the 1980s, and he would say, "Ring Thing, do your thing." And what it would do was he would be Ben Grimm, but then it would transform him into green into the Thing. So he wasn't having to be the Thing all the time. He could actually transform into the Thing. Let me see if I can find a poster of Fantastic Four for y'all real fast, y'all. Here we go, I found it. So y'all see Thing right there, right in front of Galactus and the Silver Surfer. So Thing right there, right? So the thing is, when he would transform, he would be able to use the ring to transform and then transform back, which is kind of cool. For a lot of y'all might not know about it, but I think if you YouTube it, you might be able to find the cartoon. It's actually kind of cool. And I was like making this like, wait, I remember the Thing. I used to watch this cartoon where Thing would transform from Ben Grimm to Thing and then back to Ben Grimm again. So it was kind of cool. Like I said before, this podcast is about heroes that either take the ring and can transform into a superhero, or the ring is part of the power matrix. But Thing, I've always loved Thing. I always thought he was the coolest Fantastic Four. Him and Human Torch are kind of tied because I like both of them. You know what I mean? But Thing could transform from Ben Grimm to the Thing and then back to the Thing again. Like I said again, y'all, if y'all want to see it, you can YouTube it probably. You might be able to find it from the 1980s, man. Like I said, he would say, "Ring Thing, do your thing." And he would transform into the Thing. I'm like, this is kind of cool, man. So, the Thing comes in at number 7. At number 6, Bionic 6. Now, I know for a lot of y'all, let's see if I can find something But there's some of y'all that don't know anything about no Bionic 6. But I'm gonna find a poster for y'all first and foremost, and then I'm gonna see if I can find something on YouTube for y'all as well. Let's see if I can find this poster, y'all. Let's go find this bad boy, because I gotta show y'all this. This is old school, man. Bionic 6. Oh man, they are old school. 1985 cartoon, 1 season, 66 episodes, I believe. Oh, was it 65? So look, y'all. Bionic 6. Yeah, with a little twist on it, as you can see. Sport 1, Mother 1, IQ, Rock 1, Karate 1, you know what I mean? And Sport 1. So, Bionic 6. And what would happen with the Bionic 6 is they would transform by putting their hands to like this and go Bionics on. So their ring is what actually transformed them to give them the Bionics, which was pretty cool because Dr. Sharp came up with this suit concept, like their entire body's Bionics, man. I gotta see if I can find it for y'all on YouTube. See if I can find a little bit for y'all on YouTube. Let's see if I can find it real quick. They would transform, man. They were kind of cool because IQ had strength, Rock 1 had speed, Karate 1, of course, all the martial arts. Mother 1 had mental powers. Bionic 1, which was their dad, he had super strength. He could pretty much do everything a superhuman can do. And then of course, Sport 1, he could like turn anything he hit into like explosives. It was pretty cool, man. Y'all gotta visit the let me see if I can find this thing. See if I can find Bionic. This, now I just want to show y'all Bionic 6. Let me see if I can find it for y'all, because I know I can find it. Yep, I found it, y'all. I'm gonna play it for y'all. See, that's Bionic 6 right there. You can find it on YouTube. I'm watching on YouTube right now. I've got it's the first episode ever. Look at them transforming. See that with the ring transformation right there? That's Bionic 6, man. This is one of the coolest cartoons ever, man. So, you know. So that's Bionic 6 right there. They would take their rings. Man, it's one of the sickest cartoons ever. It's like a family. I even drew a poster, like a pencil sketch of me and my family. Each one of us one of those characters. But, you know, Bionic 6 is one of the coolest ring cartoons ever, man. They would take their rings and just transform with that, man. So your Bionic 6 is at number 6. And number 5, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, and I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog when he wants to hit overdrive with that speed, he can just take the ring and hold on to it. If you ever watched, there was this animated series that I watched in the that's from the 90s with Jaleel White as the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. And what would happen was he would get the ring, then the ring would give him extra speed. So I'm gonna show y'all. Look at Sonic the Hedgehog. I think this is the first time I ever had Sonic the Hedgehog on this podcast. You know what I mean? And Sonic the Hedgehog, he would hold on to that ring and it would give him more juice. And if you ever watch this animated series from the actually, let me see if I can show it to y'all. I think I can find it, y'all, on my YouTube. It's one of my favorites on my YouTube. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. There you go. So that's Sonic the Hedgehog right there. This animated series, this is what I'm talking about right here.
Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic,
you can see he's cruising for a bruising. You see he's holding the ring right there.
Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
Y'all see that? You see that? He's on the ring right there. There you go. You see the speed? He gets more speed. Yeah, there he goes. That's why he's on this list, man. I remember even in the video games as a kid. You all see that? Yeah, that's Sonic, y'all. I remember that's the cartoon I was talking about from the 90s. Jaleel White was the voiceover for Sonic the Hedgehog. It's the coolest Sonic cartoon ever. There were different ones, Sonic, the New Adventures, but it wasn't as good as this. I mean, I still love watching this. Like, I can't help myself but to watch. I've watched the season over probably twice. And I might mess around and watch it again just because I just showed y'all. But Sonic the Hedgehog, when he gets that ring, it's overdrive with that speed, man. You know what I mean? So Sonic is at number 5. And number 4, Jayce and the World Warriors. Now, this is another 80s cartoon right there. Jayce and the World Warriors. For a lot of y'all don't know. This is one of the coolest cartoons. They have the coolest vehicles ever. Armed Force, Spike Trike, Drill Sergeant, Quick Draw, you know, all these different vehicles. And of course you have Jayce, Flora, Gillian, Herc, who is the pirate who trips them around in the Pride, which is a spaceship. And then of course they have to fight the villains, the monster minds. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he spends the whole episode, the whole series, looking for his father Hodrick. But he also gives him this ring, which is the Ring of Light, which allows him to, when things get really bad, he can just channel his inner energy, and he can point, and it can just put a shield or some kind of thing of energy around him, and he can defeat whatever enemy that's in front of him. There were episodes where he would have like the monster minds have them cornered, and then he would just be like, man, Ring of Might, Magic Light. And then it would just, man, it just got me feeling all nerdy now. Let me see if I can find it on my cartoon, because it's one of my favorite intros to watch. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. I think I can find it so y'all can see it. I can't believe I'm talking about Jayce and the World Warriors. People don't know about Jayce and the World Warriors. This is wild. As you can see, this is Jayce and World Warriors intro. Well, a lot of y'all don't know.
Victory over the changing form of Sawboss. Wheel warriors explode.
See, that's Armed Force right there. That's Jayce and the World Warriors right there. It's pretty sick, man. I mean, and he's got the this charm around his neck like a vine, man. Basically, that his father created. See the ring right there? There you go. Man, the cartoons back then were oh my god. The concepts, the ideas, man, it was just the coolest thing ever, man. Cartoons ain't what they used to be, man. And this is what inspired me to create Carjack Assassin. I'm like, I don't want to have something like this. Cartoons were so sick in the 80s and the 90s. Herc the Sailor. See, there goes the ring, y'all. Y'all see it? There it goes. Y'all see the ring? I was trying to tell y'all about the ring. Y'all saw the ring, right? You know what I'm saying? That's Jayce and the World Warriors. You know what I'm saying? So that's when he always used the ring whenever it was like just a dire emergency. You know what I mean? So up next is Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Let's see if I can find this, y'all, because Captain Planet and the Planeteers from the 1990s. Basically, it was 5 kids brought together by Gaia, Spirit of the Earth, who was voiced by Whoopi Goldberg. And then you have 5 kids: Kwame, Wheeler, Linka, Guy, and Mati. And each one of them had different powers. Kwame had power of earth. Wheeler was power of fire. Linka was power of wind. Guy was power of water. And then Mati was power of art. And when they would come together, their rings would form and create Captain Planet. Let me see if I can find it, man. You know what I mean? It was just, oh my God. Like I said again, cartoons are not what they used to be. Let's see here if I can find it. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking. I know I got this because I drew it. There we go. Captain Planet and the Planeteers. See that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Captain Planet and the Planeteers. And to top it off, I also have the video. I know I got that one. This is if I can find Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Let's see, y'all. Hold on. If I can find it. There we go. This is one of the best 90s cartoons ever. It's like, oh my God, it's the sickest. Let's see if I can find this intro.
The world is in peril. Gaia, the spirit of the earth, can no longer stand
This is Captain
the
Planet,
terrible
y'all.
destruction plaguing our planet. She sends 5 magic rings.
See the rings?
To 5 special young people. Watch from Africa with the power of earth. From North America, Wheeler with the power of fire.
Man, it's just so sick, man. And then the rings by themselves are powerful, but then when they come together, they form Captain Planet. I think Captain Planet is one of the most underrated superheroes ever.
From Asia, Yi with the power of water.
Y'all see it.
And from South America, Mati with the power of heart. When the 5 powers combine, they summon Earth's greatest champion, Captain Planet.
Y'all see it. See, y'all see it? So the rings come together to form Captain Planet. And Captain Planet has all different kinds of powers. Strength, flight, fire, wind, water, earth. I mean, Captain Planet is basically Superman, but he can do everything Earth. He has all the powers that Superman has and more. This cartoon from the 1980s was 6 seasons. It was very ecological, and I'm shocked that there's not a movie about this being has been made. And I think it's more to do with politics than anything else, because they're afraid that environmentalists was like, oh yeah, see? Yeah, but it's true though. You know what I'm saying? Captain Planet, everything they're talking about, global warming, all that stuff, Captain Planet was talking about it, man. So, Captain Planet, the Planeteers, those rings are pretty cool. Kwame, of course, was my favorite. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Guy was my second favorite. And then Linka was my third favorite because she had wind. I'm saying, so, Kwame had earth, Guy had water, Linka had wind, Willa had fire, and then Mati had heart. And Mati was the one who could communicate mentally with all of them with the ring. But the rings were cool, man. I mean, I'm watching it right now, the entire whole series all over again. Just nostalgic, man. I couldn't help myself. And I remember drawing this post, I was like, man, I don't have no Captain Planet Planeteers. And so I'd say, I'm going to do it, man. So, Captain Planet Planeteers, man, that's another cool team with rings. Mandarin from Iron Man, the animated series. Now I'm going to show y'all this right here. Y'all see him with the rings right there behind? I think the next thing I got to do, I got to draw Mandarin. So you see, this is the Iron Man movie, animated movies. And Mandarin was in this cartoon. I love Iron Man. I remember buying this DVD. I was like, okay, I got to buy, because of Mandarin. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to watch this, because what I want to see is not the Mandarin from the Iron Man 3 movie, because that was horrible. I'm talking about the Mandarin from the animated series from the 1990s, which was 1996 to 1997, 2 seasons. That Mandarin was sick. He had 10 rings. These 10 rings had different powers. He could do pretty much anything he wanted. It was elemental. It was spiritual. It was all kinds of stuff. And he could summon Fing Fang Foom, which was this mystical dragon. He could call on his minions, which was Hypnosia, Blacklash, Blizzard, Grey Gargoyle, Living Laser. I remember he even created Living Laser from his rings. That's how powerful Mandarin was. And I've spoken about Mandarin before on our previous episodes on Supervillains Collide when Mandarin fought Mamra. Mandarin is a sick old character. Now, if Mandarin was ever to come back into the MCU again, please use Mandarin correctly. Him being an actor in the movie made me so mad. I was so pissed watching that movie. I was like, you just ruined one of the greatest villains ever by saying he's an actor? You got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? And this is sometimes why I hate when movies cross into businesses they have no business crossing. Like, don't try to confuse people. Mandarin is a super villain, not nobody's actor. You know what I mean? But Mandarin, man, he's a sick character. He's at number 2 on this list. The rings are so cool. He can do. If you've never watched Iron Man, let me show y'all the Iron Man I'm talking about. I'm going to show y'all the Iron Man. This is an opportunity to show y'all. If you've never watched this Iron Man series, animated series, you have got to watch it. I know you can find this on YouTube. Sorry, y'all. I got a commercial on my YouTube channel. I'm over here. I'm out. Let's see if we can find it over here on my YouTube channel, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mandarin is one of the sickest villains, man. I mean, this dude is, oh my God, he's so cool. Hold on, y'all. Y'all see, that's Mandarin right there with the rings. Y'all see it? He attacks Tony Stark. You know what I mean? And he forces Tony Stark to build this armor. It's funny, the Iron Man armor was actually supposed to be built for Mandarin. But Tony Stark's like, forget this. I'm going to use it to fight you. Yeah, this is the animated series I'm talking about right here. This is where you find the real Mandarin. The real Mandarin's right here. Not that bull job you saw in Iron Man 3. You see his minions? There you go. Oh, this cartoon was so cool. There goes Mandarin. You'll see the rings. There he goes. Y'all, that's the Mandarin I'm talking about right there. That Mandarin on the animated series intro I just showed y'all, that's the real Mandarin. Not that bull job y'all saw on Iron Man 3. You know what I mean? So Mandarin is sick, man. He's one of the... his rings are so freaking cool. He can fly, super strength, elementals. I mean, all kinds of stuff, man. You know what I mean? So Mandarin comes at number 2. And at number 1, the Green Lantern Corps. I got to show it to y'all. Let me see if I can find it. You know I'm going to find it because there's no way I'm not going to have this. No way. Hold on. Let's see if we can. I'm looking, y'all. I know I got this somewhere. Green Lantern Corps. Here we go. Y'all see it? So we got them all. John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Abin Sur, Lorna, Ariza, Kyle Rayner, Kilowog, and then of course Al Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps. You know what I mean? This is, man, that poster, man, let me tell y'all, that's one of the sickest deals ever, man. I mean, I love the Green Lantern. John Stewart, of course, my favorite Green Lantern. He's also the fan favorite. Then you've got Kyle Rayner, you've got Abin Sur, Kilowog, Lorna, Ariza, and then of course Al Jordan. Their rings are so sick. Of course, Green Lantern, the green energy, which is the power of will, able to think of anything, conquering your fears, anything you can imagine they could come up with. I mean, that was what's so cool about the rings, man. Flight, intergalactic travel, damn near teleportation, if you want to think about it. Anything they can imagine. I mean, but one of the things that really drew me even more to the Green Lantern is when I started watching Justice League, the animated series from 2000s. God, John Stewart was so cool. He literally was on every episode, literally. You know what I mean? And so when the movie came out, I was like, you got to be kidding me. This movie is trash. Why did they go with Al Jordan? He's corny. Whereas, because everybody knows, John Stewart is the fan favorite. And DC, what that means is fan favorite. He's everybody's favorite Green Lantern, not Al Jordan. Stop trying to shove Al Jordan down our throats. We're tired of that corny dude. He's corny. He's boring. You know what I mean? But of all the Green Lanterns, John Stewart's my favorite. I would have to say Kyle Rayner is my second favorite. And then Lorna is I might say Abin Sur is my third favorite. You know what I mean? But Al Jordan is my least favorite. You know what I mean? The fact that I even got to talk about the dude is corny. You know what I mean? But Green Lantern Corps, these dudes are sick. The rings are just so cool. I would love to see there was a movie, Fatal 5, Justice League Fatal 5, animated. It was an animated movie. You can probably find it maybe on YouTube. But I would love to see an entire animated series of the Green Lantern Corps. John Stewart probably being in charge, being the commander, of course, which he should be because he's the most famous Green Lantern. Then, of course, Kyle Rayner, Kilowog, Lorna, Ariza, Abin Sur. You know what I'm saying? Abin Sur somehow would be the military commander, but then he would guide in the force. Because I've always hated the fact that every time you see Abin Sur, he dies 2 minutes into everything. You see him in the movie, he died 2 minutes into it. The cartoon, he died 2 minutes into it. It's like he's never been... I would love to see a series that allows us to know who Abin Sur was, because of course it feels like he was he might have been the first original Green Lantern, but their rings are so cool. It can do pretty much anything, and it's the opposite of Sinestro's ring, which is the power of fear, the power of will, which is green. I mean, everything you can think of. But if you've ever seen this movie, cartoon animated series called Justice League War, it's got everybody: Superman, Batman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman. Dude, y'all would love it. And they're going against Shazam, and they're going against Darkseid. It's a cool cartoon. If you can find it, go watch it, man. So Green Lantern Corps comes in at number 1. I mean, this episode has been so cool because I've never had a chance to talk about superheroes with rings, and I was like, wait a minute, I've never talked about superheroes with rings, but I got to talk about that. So y'all, that concludes our show today. Talking about these awesome superheroes, these heroes that do amazing things with their rings. That's the Green Lantern Corps. You know what I mean? So. Keep doing it. They keep doing their thing, and this is superheroes. I think superheroes with rings are underrated because people always look at them like without their ring they're useless. Actually, they're not, because it's like almost as if they were chosen by the ring to do what they do. You know what I mean? So y'all, that concludes the show today. Before we get out of here, I want to show you some of our new products. Right? So first of all, let's talk about, we got wallets now. available on soundvision.com. You know what I mean? Leather, Napa leather, 100% Napa leather. I don't want to show you the rest of my wallet because I've got my credit cards in there, but Napa leather, you can see it on our website, soundvision.com. We've also got glasses cases. You know what I mean? I'm going to open it for y'all. Y'all see that? You can see I got my glasses in there right there. You know what I mean? So, and guess what else it comes with? Its own custom cleaning cloth, double-sided. So, you know what I mean? I mean, glass case, you see that they have their own custom cleaning cloth. And the cloth actually matches the glasses case, as y'all can see. You know what I mean? Let me turn this right side up, as y'all can see. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing over here inside this vision, man. And then, of course, you've got face masks. You know what I mean? We're still in the pandemic, but I want to show y'all some of the face masks we got. We got carjackers for assassins, of course. We got Cajun right here. You know what I mean? We got Cajun right there. These are the face masks. And they're real comfortable. I'm going to put them on for y'all so y'all can see. See how cool it is? It's really easy to put on. They're comfortable. And you can work out with it too. And the cool thing about my masks is you can work out with it. You can go anywhere with it. They dry very quickly. They're reusable. Then, of course, you got Iron Man. You know what I mean? You got the Iron Man mask right there. Because people are still needing masks. So I figure I'm going to wear mine and stay safe. Then, of course, you got the Blade mask. You know what I mean? But I've got all kinds of characters on there, man. Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, you name it. I've got every type of character you can think of. You know what I mean? And then also, too, now we got baseball caps. You know what I mean? So this baseball caps, and this is a Carjack Assassins one, right? You know what I'm saying? And look at how cool it is. You got art everywhere, man. You ain't gonna see too many things like this, you know what I mean? Baseball caps. These are the newest, coolest thing right there. I showed y'all the bucket hat before. We always got that available on soundvision.com. And then, can't forget the shoes. Our new Batas 2s. So y'all gotta keep a lookout for that, you know what I mean? The new Batas 2s. You know what I mean? So, these are the Batas 2 low tops right here. Then, of course, you got the Batas 2s high tops. You know what I mean? You got the classic Carjack Assassin and then the modern Carjacks right there. You know what I mean? So these are the high tops right there for the Batas 2s. You know what I mean? And so, and don't forget, we've got I got to bust them out, let y'all know about our bio book. The Carjack for Assassins bio book, also available on soundvision.com, because this is important. Because why? It's what leads to the creation of what I'm working on right now, the first official Carjack for Assassins comic book that's about to come out soon, y'all. So y'all get ready. It's a monster. It's going to be a game changer. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, wow, I created this monster. So y'all get ready, because the book is almost ready. Because once it's ready, you're going to have to go get your copy on soundvision.com. But for right now, you can check out this bio book. It talks about all the characters, the height, weight, where they're from, the profiles, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm showing you some of the Carjacks. Then let me show you some of the assassins right there. You know what I mean? So get your copy today so you can get it. You can read it and get a good read on the characters from the Carjack Assassin universe. So y'all, I want to thank you for listening. Before we get up out of here, we want to thank our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4capitalconsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4capitalconsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. So, y'all, I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website at soundvision.com or soundvisionshop.com. And please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen, whether it's Amazon, Deezer, Spotify, Apple. And you can always listen to our episodes on soundvision.com. And please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at soundvision.com, soundvision, And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Peace.